All right, so in the previous lesson video, we talked about how you have to factor these before you can cross anything out because of the adding and subtracting symbols. So what I like my students to do is draw boxes around everything that is factorable. I know that I can factor the first box, which we'll call box number 1, by using the X method. I can also factor box number 2 using difference of squares technique. So if you recall, there are 3 methods: X method, squares, and GCF. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So over somewhere on the side of your paper, doesn't matter where, you want to set up your room for box number 1. So you're going to factor him. All right, so up top goes -12, on the bottom goes -4, and your mystery numbers would of course be -6 and 2. And the good news is there is nothing in front of x squared, so we can be lazy and just go ahead and write our answer as x minus 6, x plus 2. Then we're going to factor box number 2. I'm just going to do that over here. And I know that to factor a difference of squares, which is what this is, I need to divvy up my 2 x's and then square root my 4. One with a plus, one with a minus, and it's done. So my boxes are factored. My next step is to replace box 1 with his factored version, which is right down here, and to replace box number 2 with his factored version, which is right here. Once I have everything in parentheses, which is a beautiful sight by the way, now I am free to cross out anything that is duplicate. So I don't have any x minus 6's. I don't have any x minus 2's on the other side, but do you see how you have these x plus 2's over each other? You can cross them out. So you can divide whole groups of parentheses by other ones. So my answer, what's left on top, is a group of x minus 6 and a group of x minus 2. There is nothing that I can do with that. I cannot cross out 6 and 2. Right? I cannot divide that and make that into 3. The parentheses have got to be the exact same. That's the rule. So that's as far as I can go. And that's what we're going to practice today. So there'll be lots of factoring today. All right, so number 2, I recognize I can definitely do something with this. And I see an X method and I see another X method. So it looks like I have 3 boxes that are factorable. So I'm going to set my work up on the side of my paper for each box. Try to keep my work nice and neat. So box number 1, the first thing I actually want to do is, I hate that this is not in order. X squared should always come first. It's just considered more normal, and chances are, if it's not, they're trying to trick you. So we're going to switch the order and put the -4x squared first. And this is going to be a GCF problem, so I'm going to pull out -4x. All right. That leaves me with x minus 1, and I'm done with box 1. Box number 2, we're going to X method this. If I'm trying to find -3 and 2, I'm going to use -1 and +3. And again, boxes 2 and 3, there's nothing in front of the x squared, so I can actually just be lazy and just write my answer without doing any more work. And then we do box 3 real quick. X method that. Your mystery numbers would be -2 and 3, which means I'm going to have x minus 2 and x plus 3. That is most of the work. So a majority of this is you just factoring. Now you want to rewrite the problem, but replace all your boxes. So like box 1 is now -4x, x minus 1. Box 2 is now x minus 1, x plus 3. Box 3 is x minus 2, x plus 3. You want to rewrite everything. And then we look for anything that matches up. So I can see I have an x plus 3 on top and 1 on the bottom. And it's okay if they're diagonal. Okay, it just needs to be a top and a bottom. I also have my 4 x's. Even if this one's negative, that's okay. I can leave the negative behind. I can just do the 4x and the 4x and the x minus 1's. So lots of stuff crossing out right now, which is a good sign. If you notice, you have a negative symbol left behind and you have an x minus 2 left behind. So my answer is going to be -x minus 2. If you prefer, you can distribute the negative and write it like this. It makes no difference. Either one is fine. And there was nothing left on the bottom, so there's no need for a fraction bar in my answer. Okay. Now, there was a typo on the notes, and if you have these old copies of notes, you want to change 8x into 6x, and you want to change 6 into 8, otherwise this won't work. So if yours is not corrected, then I want you to correct it right now. Okay. Now I recognize that I can factor. We have a difference of squares here, and we have an x method. I really can't do anything with x plus 2 or x plus 6, but what I could do right now so I don't forget later is I could put them in parentheses. Every denominator and every numerator has parentheses around it, we just never really write them. So I'm going to go ahead and call them box 1 and 2, and I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to factor box 1 into x minus 6 and x plus 6. And we're going to factor box 2 using the x method into x plus 4, x plus 2. Once my boxes are factored, it's time to replace them with their factored forms. And then we look for things to cross out. And again, there are parentheses around here. We just never write them. So if it bothers you, you can feel free to put those in. Looks like I have some x plus 6s. I have some x plus 2s. I don't see any other matching parentheses, so I'm simply going to record what is left, and that's my answer. So in my next video, I'm going to go ahead, we're basically going to do the same thing, it's division, so we have one little thing to do at first, and then we just go about it like normal.